Great to have you with us from Faurot Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. No home field advantage in this one, just a great stage for a neutral site showdown. It's the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Marshall Thundering Herd. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
The Thundering Herd head coach told me before the game, one thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. The Hokies ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Riley. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Looking to throw, it's Dampier. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
This move just oozes confidence, going for it on fourth down from their own side of the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. The short hands, it's Fleming. Down to the 30-yard line where he stopped after a gain of 5, and that will be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Flips it out to the back. Oh, and a move. Still making moves. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. And you saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there.
Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Marshall comes to the line facing 3rd and long. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Motion from the wide receiver. Laterals it back. Fears the pressure. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to. And
guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Great place to start for this offense. There's a little room there. Running through contact. Touchdown, Hokies. Excellent pass by the back on the option. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Marshall quick to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Defense wants to bring the heat. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Picked off to stop the threat. He'll try to take it back. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second.
Number 0, set to kick off.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Quarterback may change this route. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the ball.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots and make those big plays.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Marshall quick to the line.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the 1st down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Dropping back, it's Dampier. Looking left. Got his man downfield. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. so important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. They're working that left side. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
To the air. It's Dampier. Into the house. Touchdown, Hurd!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive, and they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. The give on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses midfield. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Fires to the tight end. At the 20, he's got space. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And I like where the quarterback got, because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back. And maybe
headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a 1-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the first half.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass, it's Dampier. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On the ground, it's Riley. Not much happening on that one. Maybe made it back to the line of scrimmage as the clock continues to move here late in the half. It's third down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. They make the stop. It'll be fourth down. The defense does have a timeout to use if they want to try to put up points before the half. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They call their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The kick is on its way. Hauls it in at the 25. He gets a block. Gets away from one, finds room. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. To throw, it's Jennings. Oh, they're after him. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They'll open the second half on the ground. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Got a little grass. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
That's caught. It's Eakin. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It'll be third and long. Gives it on the option. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's fourth down. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Running inside, it's Riley. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on third down. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Pucks it out of the air. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Marshall quick to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Firing to the right, complete. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. We take a moment to look at the stats and what has been a tight ball game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Got his man out of the backfield. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays.
Might have a chance. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Marshall quick to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Got his man to the left. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Marshall!
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. The run inside. It's Jackson. Makes it past the marker. There he goes. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
The defense there to make the stop. He barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Gives it on the option. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Back to throw. It's Jennings. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They kick it away on 4th down. Wants to return it. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
There's some room. Works his way out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, and they'll stop the clock. Marshall quick to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that incompletion's okay. Again, what is the goal on this drive? The goal is to get a field goal. I don't need a touchdown. So I need to be able to take advantage of any space that they give me right here so I can make this kick shorter, make my kicker feel comfortable, because everybody knows we're not trusting a kick.
Snags it and he's open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Riley. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. and they'll send out the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick. And he missed it. No good. And here in the fourth quarter, still all tied up, guys. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on 4th down in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Time to take a shot. If he runs this back, this game's over. Bringing it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. Running inside, it's Jackson.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. 3rd and long, and they want to be careful here not to go backwards and make a potential game-winning kick tougher. Leaves it with the back. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better, but that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do there.
What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us here. the Rebels ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. Offense in a split backfield. The run inside. It's Jackson. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Slings it. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Play fake, Sellers. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's Sellers to throw. Ace. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Sellers. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Lowers those pads.
And man, I think they're going to look back on this one, guys, just with frustration. Just an opportunity missed. Your defense did the best thing they could do. Starting the game, forcing a turnover. Now you get the ball, and you give it right back. So the momentum you had and the energy that was in the building, now it goes swinging right back to the other side.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Bringing the heat. Buried before he could blink.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Rush is on him. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it way down the field. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, the defense brought a blitz. Quarterback saw it. He knew he was not going to be able to get that throw delivered from the pocket, so he uses his athleticism to extend the play and find a completion.
Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Hokies go rolling down the field. They'll give it to him again. Maybe a crease. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Hokies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Rides to back and leaves it. Turning it on. Touchdown, Hokies. Great job by the back on the option.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Sellers throws for the tight end. Tosses it incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.